Hello everybody, my name is Davis and welcome back to the video, and today we're here for another severe weather breakdown. Now we got a lot of stuff to talk about today, including some severe storms that are going to be moving through the United States, a lot of tropical activity, and some huge temperature swings that are coming in. So let's go ahead and get right into it, starting off with the SPC outlook for today, where we have a marginal risk of severe weather across portions of the lower Midwest here and portions of southwestern Illinois and southeastern Missouri. So let's go ahead and break down the threats that this brings. Now starting off with the tornado threat for today, we do not have a 2% tornado risk, so that's good. Damaging wind risk, we have a 5% risk of wind gusts of 60 miles an hour or higher here in our area that has a marginal risk, so look out for that. Hail threat, no hail threat. So moving on to tomorrow, we have no marginal risks of severe weather, and moving on to Sunday, we have no marginal risks of severe weather. So let's go ahead and move on to the National Hurricane Center here, where Tropical Storm Tammy has reformed, but we're going to break that down more later. And then we have disturbance that has a 30% chance to form the next 7 days, and a 10% chance to form the next 48 hours. I don't think this is going to impact the United States, but the Greater Antilles could be at risk here, so we're going to keep an eye on that. Eastern Pacific, we have disturbances, a 90% chance to form the next 7 days, and an 80% chance to form the next 48 hours, but luckily it's not going to be a huge deal because it's not going to be out in the ocean for long before it makes landfall, so it's not going to be able to suck up enough energy to become a hurricane or anything like that. We have another disturbance here that is a 20% chance to form the next 7 days, but that's just going to be a giant fish storm if that does form. And other than that, nothing new. So let's go and move on to the track here for Tammy. Tammy is currently a 65 mile per hour storm with gusts up to 70 or 80 here, and it has reformed. It broke down and then it reformed pretty quickly. I didn't think it was going to at all, but it did. And Bermuda, you might be getting impacted by that right now. Now, you're not in the cone of uncertainty, so you're not getting the worst of it, but you could still be getting some heavy downpours, maybe some slightly gusty winds, some high tides, so look out in Bermuda. This is going to take a sharp turn east and not actually impact Bermuda now, as it's going to head southeast, south, and then go northwest just a tad bit here and end its life as a tropical depression all around November 1st. Climate Prediction Center, 6 to 10 day temperature outlook. We have an area on the west coast that has a 60 to 70% chance to see above average temperatures that we're really watching for here, as we could see our last final very hot days in this region, so look out for that. And then we have an area here in the upper Midwest that's going to have a 60 to 70% chance to see below average temperatures in the darkest shade of blue there, so look out for that. 6 to 10 day precipitation outlook here. We have a large area that's going to have a 40 to 50% chance to see below average precipitation across the southern United States, so look out for that. And then we have an area down here in southeastern Florida that's going to have a 50 to 60% chance to see above average precipitation in the darkest shade of green, so look out for that. 8 to 14 day outlooks, 8 to 14 day temperature outlook. We're still going to have an area here in the western United States that's going to have a 50 to 60% chance to see above average temperatures in the darkest shade of orange there, so look out for that. And then here in the upper Midwest, we're going to have an area that's still going to have a 50 to 60% chance to see below average temperatures in the darkest shade of blue, so look out for that. 8 to 14 day precipitation outlook, we're going to have an area here in the northwest that has a 50 to 60% chance to see above average precipitation, so look out for that. And then we're going to have an area down in the southwest that's going to have a 40 to 50% chance to see below average precipitation, so look out for that. Finally, watches, warnings, and advisories. Freeze warnings have kind of moved eastward here, southeast, moving more into like what I would consider the Midwest here, you know, like northeast Kansas, southeast Nebraska, northern Missouri, southern Iowa, eastern Iowa, southwest Wisconsin, and even into northwestern Illinois a little bit, so look out for that. Winter weather advisories, winter storm warnings are in effect in the Great Plains as well, in the mountainous regions in Colorado, because a major snowstorm is going to be moving through this region pretty soon, and I'm going to be breaking that down more tonight, so look out for that video. Red flag warnings in effect here in northwest California, so don't be burning anything if you're under a red flag warning, as fire conditions are likely. And then freeze warnings and freeze watches are still in effect in the northwest here in like Oregon, Washington, and northern California, so look out for that. We do have some flood watches in effect here for northeast Texas and southeast Oklahoma, so look out for that. Finally, we have some dense fog advisories here in southeast Louisiana and southwestern Mississippi here, and we had that super fog event recently, which, if you didn't hear about it, it was a deadly crash caused by some very dense fog in Louisiana that ended up killing 7, unfortunately, so we definitely want to keep an eye on this dense fog, as now we can see what kind of destruction that does down here, so look out for that. Other than that, pretty calm right now, so if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.